Warriors in crisis. Kerr under pressure. Kai Sotto arrives. Gui Santos tells everything. If you love the Warriors, you know. It's difficult to see the team without an identity, dubious decisions, and the feeling that no one is taking the wheel. If you've ever lost sleep, argued with a friend, and asked yourself, where is this going? This video is for you. Today I bring real connection with the fans, the behind the scenes that hurt, why the plan stalled, where Kerr is being charged, and most importantly, clear paths. The immediate impact of Kai Sotto's arrival, what Gui Santos reveals from within, and the practical adjustments that put the team back on track. Stay with me until the end. You leave understanding the problem and with the solution in hand. If this introduction made sense to you, leave a like now. This helps bring the video to more fans. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our weekly tactical breakdowns, behind the scenes, and analysis. Comment, "Go Dubs," or "Vi Brazil," so I know you're with me. Now let's look at the video. Kerr under pressure, Kai Sotto's immediate impact, Gui Santos is behind the scenes, and a three-step plan to turn the season around. The feeling that each game could herald the beginning of the end hangs over the Warriors. At the center of this journey is Steve Kerr, the coach who took an irregular team and turned it into a reference, calmly facing the uncertainty about his own future. The contract is entering its final year, but no one seems in a hurry, neither him nor the board. Mike Dunleavy Jr., the general manager, was blunt. It's Kerr's watch. No pressure, just respect for a partnership that redefined modern basketball. There is confidence in these words and, at the same time, awareness that time is taking its toll. At 59 years old, Kerr treats each season as a new mental and physical test, and above all, as a chance to reinvent the team. Hurry, for him, only blurs his vision. First the gift, then the signature. He knows that longevity in the league depends on two pillars, results and purpose, and remains firm in both. Between him and the board, there is a silent understanding. Continuity is only valid if it comes with evolution. If the cycle is at an intersection, it will be Kerr who defines the curve. Dunleavy has already said that the coach has unlimited credit. He can stay as long as he wants. It's not courtesy, it's recognition of a legacy ingrained in the club's DNA. Since 2014, there have been more than 560 victories, 4 titles, and an influence that has passed from sport to gaming culture. Constant movement, quick reading, intelligent spacing. At the center, the emotional and tactical connection with Stephen Curry. It's hard to imagine Steph ending his career without Kerr on the bench. And yet, the challenge now is to reduce the reliance on hero ball and get back to killing games with cuts, switches, confidence, and pace. This symbiosis shaped the team's identity. Kerr gave Curry the freedom to be a genius in a collective game. Curry became the emblem of selfless basketball that the world copied. As long as both are motivated, the franchise has a competitive ceiling. The question that echoes is, what comes next? And when does the transition actually begin? Kerr's patience and the board's prudence clash with the anxiety in the stands. Each season sounds like an epilogue. The league has evolved, defenses have adjusted, and the Warriors need new layers, more physical in the paint, aggressive cuts, real counterattacks, closing matches on merit and not on their resume. The two-track plan, compete now and prepare for tomorrow, is the right one. The risk is to become a comfortable middle ground. If traction doesn't show up by All-Star, it will be time to push the young guys onto the high road, even if it hurts in the short term. That's where Jonathan Kuminga, Brandin Podziemski, and Brazilian Gui Santos come in. They are the bridge between eras and need to stop being just a bridge and become a track. Real responsibilities, big defensive missions, crunch time decisions. They carry the hope of continuity and the symbolic weight of succession for the day when Curry hangs up his uniform and Kerr, who knows, prefers to rest. The philosophy remains. Play with intelligence, rhythm, and harmony. The season serves as a test and a tribute. Game by game, the team remembers what they built and rehearses the next act. Dunleavy repeats the dual focus, competing for titles today and building the foundation for tomorrow without breaking the legacy. For now, Kerr maintains control, aware that his presence still stabilizes everything. There is no tension between technician and management. There is observation and frankness. He will measure his own wear and tear and the team's performance before deciding. If you stay, it's because you still find joy in the process and believe in reinvention. If you leave, it is because you understand that the cycle fulfilled its purpose. In any scenario, the club will be by his side. On this board, one name lights up the future: Gui Santos. At 22, he gained ground with patience and work. The 2023 two-way, the back and forth with the G.League, the defensive evolution, the confidence in the attack, all of this led him to the root dog. The team recognized simple renovation, higher salary, and proof that the internal project works. In 2 years, remuneration almost tripled. More than numbers, a vote of confidence, not by chance. Gui learned to move without the ball, mark multiple positions, choose wise shots, become reliable, golden word in Golden State, and ask for playoff minutes if the team finds itself living with growth errors now. The interseason was discreet, coherent, and in itself insufficient for a ceiling leap. Renewals of Gui and Quinton Post, arrivals of Al Horford and Seth Curry, stays of Kuminga, D'Anthony Melton, and Gary Payton-Sal. It's a package that raises the bar: game IQ, spacing, defense, leadership, but the leap comes from internal evolution and system adjustments. Dunleavy wants to preserve what works and add physicality and verticality. Horford epitomizes experience and vision for this. Kerr oversees change with the calm of someone who knows that lasting success comes from continuity, not improvised revolutions. Still, there is gloom in the air. The era of glory approaches its end. Every Kerr interview sounds like a possible dismissal. Every Curry game carries history. The club tries to balance emotion and pragmatism. It loves its heroes, but is not afraid of the future. The phrase behind the scenes is controlled transition, and be careful not to turn it into controlled indecision. Extending the middle ground for too long is costly. Draymond follows thermometer. Curry, the flame. Kerr needs to get the most out of the veteran core without burning them out, while elevating the youngsters into real roles. If the group shows that it can still fight loudly, the coach's renewal will be a consequence. If not, it may be time to close the loop on top. The board understands. The relationship is one of trust, not a contract. While the spotlight shines on the medallions, a silent story grows in the locker room. Gui Santos as a symbol of disciplined renewal. It represents exactly what the club wants to perpetuate: patient development, technical evolution, and collective identity, and connects the franchise to a legion of Brazilian fans. Investing in versatility, Kuminga, Podziemski, and mentoring, Horford, Seth, gives stability now and meaning later. In an era of super teams and explosive contracts, the Warriors' bet is consistency. Remaining competitive requires changing without getting lost. And this starts with moldable rotation, the meritocracy of minutes, and the courage to sign with whoever is better. What sustains Golden State is not just talent. It is a common language: trust, movement, altruism. Since Kerr, these pillars allow transitions without loss of identity. Therefore, the coach's possible departure is treated with delicacy, above all symbolic. The tactical structure has now spread throughout the organization. The new season begins with an ambiguous feeling: the awareness that the peak has passed and the pride of remaining relevant. Each game becomes a reaffirmation of who the team is, not just a hunt for victories. If the cycle ends at the end of the year, it ends well. 4 titles and a philosophy that will continue to guide the team. If it continues, it is because the reinvention has taken shape. In any case, the Golden State tends to become a portrait of this idea: adaptable, intelligent, collective. Meanwhile, Gui and the young people train, absorb lessons, and shape what is coming, the living bridge between the golden past and the generation that is born. On the Asian scene, Kai returned to the court with a strong performance: 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and is approaching historic marks in the B.League. The physical package, agility, and reading attract attention. As a future possibility, his fit in the NBA makes sense in theory and including with the Warriors, due to his rim protection, rebounds, easy shots, and an evolving mid-range shot. It is a low-risk bet with good potential, not a lifeline. The top will not come from a single pivot, but from structure, conviction, and courage. In short, the path is clear. Compete today, prepare for tomorrow, and take care of the essence that made the Warriors unique. Kerr follows the compass, Curry protects the culture, and the young people need to transform the bridge into a road. The legacy is now secure. The future depends on playing for what works now and having the boldness to choose without guilt when to turn the page. So that's it. The clock is ticking, the flame is still burning, and the bridge has now become a road. Whether it will be the last act or a luxury reboot, we will see on the court, with courage, merit, and the Warriors' face. Now you get into the game. Play our playlist, Warriors Analytics, and get into the spirit of the turnaround, track by track to warm your heart, quicken your mind, and remember why this team changed basketball. Press play and come with us.